Hello, everybody, and welcome to Echo Arena VRML. I'm Swift. I'm joined today by Money Mitch on the sidelines and Wonder T-Man on the cams. And today we've got Blast versus Scuffed, an EU matchup. How you doing, Money Mitch? What's your thinking? This is your first VRML cast, so
I'm
we're gonna
I'm
get
really
straight
good,
into it.
man. Yeah, happy to be here. First ever casting on VRML official. Yeah, excited to be here. Let's see how this goes.
Beautiful. And you've got me shaking off the rust from a year or so of not casting, so you know that's definitely helpful, I think, for I mean, I shouldn't even call you a first-time caster. I mean, you're basically a veteran at this point. Like, um, you've casted in so many things outside of VRML. It doesn't really matter. Um, yeah,
No,
yeah, you're
far from
sweet.
it. Far from it, man. Super
I've
amateur.
heard, I've heard your casting. You're great. Everyone else is gonna find that out if you've not seen Money Mitch cast before. We're gonna be cracking straight into this again. Blast versus Scuffed. If you're new here, then hit that follow button. And the 5-second countdown comes down. Lost on orange, Scuffed on blue. So he gets this first, and it's been a while since I've watched anything sort of Unis be getting in the way of stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited to get back into this as Biget goes back to Ochapi, and they just kind of hold it in the middle. But no, that's gonna be Beaver going for the stun for Team Blast, and they're gonna boost to it. They're gonna have an open goal. Is a 3-shot on goal? Yes, it is. That's a 3-pointer for Beaver in the first 20 seconds or so of the game.
And look at those stats. 18, 18, 18. 18 meters per second speed, 18 meters away from that goal, 18 seconds to score that. Blast
Love
hit
to
the
see
lead
it.
here.
You do love to see it, and yeah, shout out to everybody again in the chat. Appreciate you all joining. I know it's been a while since we've seen an EU cast from what I've seen, so hope you guys are as excited as I am to get cracking straight back into it and kind of discover what's going on in the EU ladder, because it's a little bit mysterious this season from what I've seen. You know, a couple of teams dropping out. It's making it very interesting. We've got Scuffed at the top of the ladder right now, and we've got Blast coming in second. So this is the top of the top in Europe at the moment, as Baguette goes back to Ocular here for Scuffed. They're going to go up to Ochapi. And passing it into the bubble, Joshy T going in for the bottom pocket shot. Boop just missing it. In fact, Boop was stunned out there. So, yeah, great offensive work from Scuffed.
Yeah, Scuffed up. I believe they've been sat at the top of the ladder for a little while now during season 6, and I have been doing a few casts unofficially, and that's a team I haven't actually casted yet. So
Yeah,
it's good to be seeing them actually play. And as we watch here, we have Blast coming out the tunnel in a possession joust, doing a more percentage.
that word.
Yeah, that
Yes,
word.
that word.
Protective
Yes.
joust. But they're moving forward now, keeping that possession. They're making their way through mid, but they're hanging back there with no real sense of urgency. Saying that, they send it very deep there. They have JB. Look at the
Oh,
some kind of bounce shot there, and now it's retrieved back by Boop on the back line.
yeah, Boot bringing it ahead. Just going to get, just a little bit. Beaver's able to get it, but Ochapi putting plenty of pressure on here for Team Blast. They're going to have to pass around for a little bit, find some open space as Boop tries to walk it through, trying to bait some defenders out. But no, he's just going to go straight for the shot and Oculal Allen. That was going to make it work right in the corner pocket there.
So Swift, is this your first time hearing the fanfares now? The new music when people score?
It is. It is, yeah.
What
Yeah,
do you
that's
think
the
of it?
thing. That's the thing. I've suggested this for how many years? I've suggested goal explosions. That's not been an idea. But basically just copy everything Rocket League's doing because
Yeah,
they've done it right.
100%.
So, you know, we're halfway there. Not quite got goal explosions, but we've got different goal music now. I'm not going to lie, I thought my Spotify started playing something randomly. I had no idea what was going on there, but yeah, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, the one you heard there, that is the fan favorite.
Yeah,
That is the fan
it's
favorite.
pretty
That's
good.
Spanish
It's,
guitar.
it's pretty good. I'm sure Joshy loves that one. Um, Yeah, and Beaver crossing it through. Oh my goodness, what a save there from, I believe that was Ocular. Oh, an even better shot coming through. And that's going to be Beaver scoring it with a headbutt. I'm not sure who took the shot there, but yeah. Beaver taking it with a headbutt.
Yeah, that confused me. I actually thought Beaver took that. I thought he shot it from the shoulder, so that's really confused me there.
Yeah, not sure. I think he was on the back of someone. Hit Beaver's head. Who knows? Anyway, Ocular looking to walk it down mid. Playing a little bit defensive. I mean, they've still got this offense going through. I'm surprised. I mean, you know, strats have changed a little bit since I last played. You know, it's been a couple of years. Surprised to see the goal left open so much, but then I remember, oh yeah, people can like stack, and like, you know, that's a thing. So I think there's an open goal, and Oculon just missing there. So speaking of stacks, this one might just come through for Blast. This one, oh, the shot maybe on target, it isn't, but Boop's gonna be able to take that through. That was very, very close 3-pointer, but yeah, Boop taking it in for the 2. Either way, it's definitely going in the way of Blast at the minute.
It is. So looking at this game so far, you would think that it'd be Blast that was at the top of the ladder. They're not, but by the end of this game, they could well be, as they're leading 7 points now. And we have Scuffed coming out for a possession just here. Okiwadin sending it to left tunnel. We have Joshi T, who sends it deep to Trench, where we have Ochapi.
Okay.
Who scores those? He puts those in.
So interestingly enough, that's exactly what I was saying before about the goal being open, but I guess the stat wasn't ready that time. So yeah, it's a dangerous play still. You know, you never know. If you leave your goal open, you miss up your stack. That's just a free 3 points to the other team at this point. I mean, everyone can make a 3-pointer in the top tier of Echo Arena, so you don't really want to be leaving that goal too open too often. As Baguette takes this, goes for the cloud shot, I believe. Just missing that one though, and Boop not quite able to get a grasp on it. So Baguette might be able to make the shot. Not even going to have to bounce it. He's just going to put it straight in, and as quick as that, it's going to be 9-8, and Scuffed have almost brought it back.
Yeah, that's impressive to see. It's just as I was saying that as well about the 7-point lead, they turned that around so quickly.
Where has that gone?
Here we have Blast coming up now. Boop holding this, taking his time. He's unchallenged. He sends that deep, and there's someone to receive that.
Oh my goodness, Dark.
Very quickly.
He gets one stunned out there, and that could have been dangerous if they both punched. But you know, they know better than that. They're not going to both go for the strike. And the cloud shot comes through. Is it going to be on target? Yes, it is. A beautiful shot from Baguette, and I think that was over the shoulder. So if that was, that is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that was great to see. You have a point here. They are leaving that goal open, and with teams like this, they should know themselves. They hit those threes. Yeah, they can't be leaving the goal open like that. If there's an angle, even like a cloud shot angle on the goal, these players are probably going to hit it.
I'm going to sound like a boomer, despite being 18 years of age. Ochapi puts it in for 3 before I can even finish my sentence. What has happened to the 7-point lead of Blast? It's gone the other way now, and is now a 5-point lead from Scuffed. So, yeah, I don't know where that's gone. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to sound like a boomer, but it's insane how people just make cloud shots now, and it's just like a thing that, you know, is a possibility of happening. I remember when I stopped playing, people just started kind of like, oh, look at this shot, it's kind of cool, right? And then people are just making it. Speaking of the Boop shot coming through, that's an old one. And yeah, that one's going to be made, not quite by Boop, but it's going to be made by Dark. Either way, that is a beautiful anthem.
That has got to be the goal of every player, right? To have a shot named after you. But
yeah, probably.
Such a universal shot that everyone knows and everyone uses, like the Boop shot.
Yeah. Some people tried renaming it, but we're not going to let them. It's not allowed. But yeah, Baguette coming through to Ochapi, and that 3-point shot is open. I'm not sure if oh no, JBL was hiding under the goal. I didn't even see that, and I'm in spectator. Sheesh, I would have took that shot, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's definitely a technique. I was watching Gravity play the other day, and Scubs did the same thing. He actually went up into #1 tube and hit, and that's a goal going in by Joshi T, assist by Baguette. He puts that in 70 meters per second speed.
Yeah, I have to agree. EU Master is NA Bronze. Absolutely. Absolutely true. Yeah. No idea. I mean, this is about as close as a match as you can get. I mean, jokes aside, this is a beautiful matchup being played here, and Blast, I think, needs to just play a little bit more defensively. They got a little bit too cocky, I think, pushing a little bit too far forward with those stacks, weren't able to get back in time. I absolutely support this super aggressive play, by the way, with the 2 stacks. I absolutely love it as it comes through, but Oculon not having to do much there as the post does all the work. Sure, he would have saved it either way, though, because he did have his arm in the way, but Ochapi just kind of playing it safe here. 1.5 minutes left, so they do have to be very careful of that stack. It's super fast here of Blast, which is why they play that double stack play. And yeah, just that back stack comes back so quickly. And oh, but watch out, because here comes Blast, and they have it. The 3-point shot coming through, just going to ding, very close there, but Beaver's going to pick it up. Not going to have any time because Baguette's already on him. That would have been an insane 3-point shot to hit there as JBL, but no, Joshy T, no, Baguette takes the disc for Scuffed here. There's no shot as that glides onto the nest there as Joshy looks to walk it into the bubble, passing here to Ochappy before that blast stack is able to get back. They do manage to get it around the inside. So yeah, I don't know. Blast's defensive stack has seemed a little bit slow in the second half of this round. I'm not gonna lie.
It also seemed like they let Scuffed get away with a lot there. They were doing a lot of passes where they didn't have anyone right in their face, if you know what I mean. They could do those long passes. So maybe Blast just need to tidy up a little bit there.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
Get way more in their face and stop them discogging, basically.
30 seconds left, and they're not going to be able to do much here unless they get 5 points miraculously in this amount of time. That's 6 points. Good maths from me as Joshi comes through with the clear. And Ochappy's maybe able to put another 3 in. No, it's going to be through. I think it's going to be 2 points. Yep, another 2 points. Yeah, for Scuffed, so you know what, that round changed halves a couple of times, and now you can see why Scuffed is at the top of the board. I'm so proud of our Joshy T, you know. Back in my day, he was on Nan with myself.
Okay, nice.
Ferrugio. So there's some history for you that you didn't need to know, but there you go. Yeah, loved Joshy. He's actually been in the game for a very long time, longer than most people know. I think he's been in since the game's launch, but he's been kind of in and out. And he started playing kind of properly again about last year or a year and a half ago. I don't know. Time's gone out the window since lockdown, man.
So this is a bit of like a coming out of retirement for you, right, Swift? How long have you been away for?
Coming out of retirement and then probably going back in, I imagine, as uni work continues to pile. Yeah, I'll get some casting as I can, but
Okay.
Yeah.
When were you last like playing, not just casting?
Oh dear. That would have been 2020. 2020? Was it 2020? I think so. Again, time's gone out the window. I have no idea what's going on with time anymore.
So like season 2, that kind of era.
Season 3 was the last season I played, yeah.
Okay. And that was the team you just mentioned with Joshy T?
So season 3 was, it was not at the beginning, and then I'm not gonna lie, I kind of snaked them out for a little bit for a different team. I played with Froggy, who went over.
Naughty Swift.
Yeah, and I got finalist there, so you know it worked out. It worked out. There you go. Poaching lessons with Swift as we come through straight into the bubble. Oh, it's actually
that
going
would
to
have
be
been quick. This is Beaver now
straight
picking
away.
this up, inverted on the floor, moving it across the Boop. Boop holding this, no one challenging him. He floats back to Nugget, moves forward now and passes it back. We have Beaver down in trench, still inverted, looking for a pass option, but he doesn't need it because he's diving right forward and he attempted that 1v2. He didn't quite go through, but we now have a loose disc, which is picked up by a blast stack now. Boop holding this again. It's like deja vu down here. Here he is. But he makes the pass this time. They see another pass come through. We have Beaver holding this underneath.
Oh, this defense is insane from Scuffed. I don't even know how they're going to play around this. They just seem to have a massive hold on the bubble. They're so good inside the bubble, but just as I say that, they let it through. Oculallen. Oh my goodness, the goalie of all goalies comes through. And I mean, the reason I say that is because I don't know if you remember, but we had that massive kind of EU goalie resurgence in season 3, season 4 or so, where every goalie just seemed to a 2-point shot, by the way, coming through for blast. So it happened eventually, but yeah, as it happened, we had just like loads of god tier goalies just come out at once, and like everyone just started saving everything. So it was kind of incredible. But Oculallen was one of the first of those people that I noticed was just so difficult to get past in the bubble, especially like trying to get 2-point shots around that guy just isn't easy. So I imagine we'll see Blast go for a fair few stun plays and stat plays, trying to get it through, as I have seen them do for the rest of this game as a 3-point shot comes through. But yeah, if they are able to get that 3-point shot, you know, there's no way Oculallen's going to be able to save that.
Or maybe the strategy for Blast is to keep the disc back away from the bubble and try and pull that goalie out so they can hit those threes that they just hit there.
Yeah, I'd if I was Blast right now, that'd definitely be one of my goals. Yeah, super hard guys get past in the bubble, but they come through and they try and answer with essentially the same thing, but on the bottom half of the arena, as it gets sent back to the midline to Oculan, and then passes to Chappie. Oh, I was going to say a pass. I thought it was a pass to Joshy Teets. A shot straight down the middle, and Baguette's going to be able to find its way. The disc's going to be able to find its way from Baguette's hands into the goal, just from above the shield.
Yeah, that was some very quick passing there as well. That was some very fast passing. I thought that full pass was going to connect as well, but didn't need it. Straight in that goal.
Maybe it was supposed to be a pass. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, those sort of things happen all the time when you kind of just prepare someone to catch it in case it doesn't go in. It's pass/shot, you know, it works if it works. If it doesn't, Dart goes for a little spin there, but not quite working again. Oculan with another save. And pass straight to Boot, but gonna hit the ring. So you see, it just makes it so hard to strike when you've got a goalie this good. You've got to try and hit it in the bottom pocket, and bottom pocket. Beaver puts it in as that's 7-3 now to Blast. So not sure. Blast's stacks seem to be doing a little bit better in this half of the round, but we saw kind of the similar thing happen last round, and Scuffed managed to bring it back with just 3 minutes remaining or so. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's exactly what we saw. That's why I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah,
because last time I said there was a 7-point difference. Scuff just turned that around so quickly. It's as if they were listening to us. They were waiting for us to say it and then just turned it around with ease.
Yeah, VRML or not VRML, the caster's curse remains the same throughout. And Joshy T gonna get stunned there. Oh, Chappie just missing the disc, but he's able to get a stun there onto JBL. Tries to get the 2-point shot. That one misses, but it ends up in Joshy T's hands, and it's able to be saved by Boop. And now JBL trying to pass it around the outside to Beaver. Beaver tries to put it through kind of a tight little space, and Boop able to get that one just from outside the bubble, and he's able to squeeze that one in for 3. 10-3 now for Blast. I think they got a stun onto the Scuff stack, so that's not going to help them.
Yeah, they find themselves 7 points up. Can they maintain this lead this time and take us to a round 3? We're about to find out as Scuffs come out for their joust advantage. We have Ocuad and QB, and moving up to right tunnel, where we have Baguette. Baguette passing it across the table, where we have Joshy T. Joshy T passing it back to Baguette. 1-2, 1-2. Unchallenged, he moves forward along the floor, looking at Joshy T, and then picks it up, and even with a stack coming on him, he can put that in, assist by Baguette. 2 more points for Scuffed.
Yeah, beautiful play there from Joshy, and obviously a great shot. So we'll see what Blast kind of returns this with, because the last couple of goals we've seen immediately returned by Scuffed. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Blast here as they play this rather defensive. This is kind of exactly the position you use if you're trying to break up the offensive stack of Joshy T and Chappie there in the center. So yeah, gets stunned across, but it does break the stack for just a mere few moments, buying Dark a little bit of time, but not a lot, because Scuffed stack was still pretty close together, and there they do manage to get the disc eventually as it goes straight down the center. Again, almost landing that one for 3 points, and as long as they keep their shots kind of close, eventually one of those is going to land, and it's just making Blast. They're coming back sooner than they would have to otherwise if they weren't so accurate on those shots, and it's such a powerful shot to be able to pull out as JBL saves that one. Baguette able to intercept. Wow. Oh no, you don't want to see that happen. The clear coming through, but bouncing off the shield. Yeah, unfortunate mistake there from Blast, but it gets punished well by Scuff.
Yeah, those mouse slot shots that we've been seeing attempted quite a few times now. It seems like it's only at this top level that you really see that like attempted so many times. I know a few of them haven't quite gone through, but the fact that these guys have the confidence to hit that like from the other side, like a full court shot, it's really interesting to see. And here we have Blast moving forward. They are beaten to it though, as Chappie grabs that for Scuffed. Sends it through, picked up by Baguette. Baguette taking a shot, but it's read by JB, who makes it back in time. He clears it forward, and no one's picking this up for a good few seconds as Dark gets a slap on it.
Oh, hang on. Oh, that was practically a slap shot. That was a beautiful shot. If that would have landed, that would have been insane. as Beaver takes this one through. Back to Boop, trying to cross it through. Dark just getting unstunned. I think that was a stun attempt from Scuffed, but yeah, he was already stunned previously, so he had a little bit of invincibility time, and he took that well. I can't get over that. That's amazing.
What, the music, right? You can't go over the music.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
We have Scuffed coming out here with a possession joust, passing over to Joshy T on the left, pass deep to Trench, and reset back, but not picked up. That is loose, and that is picked up by Blast. We have Beaver taking a reverse. What do you call that?
Whoa!
Upside down boot.
that one in. I think Oculon looked at that as if like, oh yeah, good try, and then it almost bounced straight into the goal as Boop takes that one in eventually. So yeah, I need to take a closer look at what's going on with Scuffed's forward stack. I think it's getting stunned out by Blast, but yeah, something's going on, and it's not allowing them to get back. But I imagine they're getting stunned. So yeah, good job from Blast if that is the case. But I have yet to confirm.
Is Ocu Allen as QB, moving this forward for
Beautiful.
a right relay, but it's read by the back stack of Blast. And now we're stuck in the middle zone as Joshy T picks this up and sends it. Is that a shot? Probably.
It works. It works as both. Yeah, again, one of those things where, you know, if it lands, then it lands. If not, you know, you still got it right in front of the goal anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it lands or not. As Ochapi brings this one through, trying to get that bounce, but JBL reads it beautifully there. Just positioned really well. Joshy T coming back, but he does get stunned away. Not really got any passes from that position, so Beaver's going to be able to take this one through. He's got a little bit of time, but Baguette closes that distance down. Boop, not quite going to be able to get that, but he gets a fortunate bounce. Going to bring it back. Beaver's going to be able to get that dunk. And yeah, just bounce working in favor of Blast there. Kind of unfortunate.
That was a lovely dunk. And I think that's the first dunk we've seen in this game as well. It's a very high scoring game we're watching here. And that's the first time it's been dunked, I believe. I don't know, my short-term memory is awful.
Yeah, definitely one of the few. Zokulan comes through, tries to get this very, very aggressive pass. Almost works out, but not quite. Baguette's going to be able to take this one back. JBL with the clear, though.
And Scuff picked this up on the back line. We have Ochapi throwing this up to Baguette. Baguette passing it down to Ocu Allen. Ocu Allen moving along the floor. He's worrying about this backstep that never comes to him. He now has Baguette on nest, moving around. And, well, okay, he's feeling confident. He's had a good breakfast.
Well, yeah, they can't win the round at this point, so I mean, I guess they might as well. Yeah, this is going to go to 3 rounds. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can't say I wasn't expecting it. I can't lie. From the first round, it's been clear that both of these guys are in it to win it as Dark comes through with... That was a pass to Boop. I'm 100% sure. Oh, kill Allen, though! Oh, my days.
He's a very good goalie, as you pointed out earlier. And it's great to see. It's a real masterclass in how to defend that goal.
I'd say Oculalen right now is absolutely still one of the best goalies in the world. I'll say that hands down.
Yeah. Who's the goalie mainly in this game for Blast? Is it Boop?
I'm not sure actually, because it's kind of been back and forth from Blast. They play kind of 2-man stack, so it's I'm guessing it does alternate between the. There's always going to be a preferred goalie, but I think it alternates quite a lot with Blast because they have the 2 stacks, and their back stack sometimes gets back a little late. So I guess it just depends. I'll have a look though. Someone will know.
Yeah, that's the best way to play, in my opinion. I think everyone should be comfortable. Like, there's a lot of lower teams where they're like, okay, strictly, you're the goalie, you're the mid player. But in reality, you all need to be able to rotate. Whoever's back first is in goal.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to play like the super aggressively like Blast is doing with the 2 stacks. That's very, very aggressive kind of play style, and it can fire back, but if you're really good at it, it can just be insanely hard to deal with. We saw Gravity run it for years before people actually figured out how to counter it, and even then, you know, it's still difficult. It's not like, it's just a knowledge thing, right? It's not like you just do one thing and then you can counter it. You have to just be good mechanically, and you have to be able to stack as fast as the other team and catch up and stun and all this. So it's a very difficult thing to do, but it's also difficult to deal with. And that clearly paid off for Blast that round as it comes back for Boop.
And they're taking their time here. Blast are playing a very slow game, especially when we see it with Boop down there in his own half. If he's not challenged, he will just hold it. And I noticed something as well about Boop is that he seems to float. And that's, if you're teaching newbies, you say never float, always anchor, always anchor. But he seems to have a play style where he can get away with it. I don't know if he's trying to like bait something with. Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, yeah, let's face it, he has a team of very, very good players. They're going to be able to hit a accurate pass on him, whether he's floating or whether he's on a block. It just comes at a higher kind of risk. If they miss the pass, then it's going flying across the arena, probably towards your own goal. But, you know, Blast is pretty unlikely to miss the passes at this point. I mean, you know, it happens once or twice, but, you know, it's worth being unpredictable. As we just saw from Dark there, it comes out of the pillar because he expects the defender to try and take the pillar in basically, what you're trying to do as the defense, you're just trying to own your bubble. So, you know, by taking the pillar, you kind of do that. But if you're kind of floating on the outside, you can take that little opportunity to get a little bit of time away from the defender, and you could probably bait them to just go to the pillar, and you can just receive a pass on the outside of it. So that's kind of what we're seeing happen there. And yeah, as you mentioned, that's exactly what Boop's doing. And yeah, it's absolutely working for them as it comes through. Oculan fakes that shot and then takes the second one straight into the bubble. And yeah, 18-meter-second shot right into the, just out of the pocket. So beautiful shot.
Yeah, and 1 minute and 38 seconds for that goal to be scored. I think that's the longest gap we've had in this game so far, in this very high-scoring game.
Certainly the longest from the start of the game, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, this isn't really uncommon. We've seen this pattern happen time and time again, and ooh, that's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, that one's going to be straight in for the 3, and yeah, that goal did not take too long at all. So, yeah, we'll see how this plays out now. Blast have got to be a little bit more careful. I'm not really sure what happened there, just an unfortunate pass, didn't receive. Yeah, that's the problem with that. You know, as I said before, these players are very good at passing, but if you're sat on Popcorn, which is the block just outside of Tunnel above it, if you don't know, and Oculan, wow, that's incredible. He actually managed to maintain possession for his team. Obviously, they lost it soon after, but he managed to maintain team possession as it does get taken into the bubble eventually. But that was a very, very good play from Oculan, and just a little small throw, kind of into no man's land, brought them too far out, so his team could get to it first. Almost worked out really, really well for them, but, you know, got to give credit where credit's due, and that credit is Blast taking their opportunities.
Saying that, Scuffed 3 points up, passing over to Joshi on the left side now. Passing it back to Baguette, resetting it back to Oculan. Oculan holds it, he waits for the stat to commit to him, and then he makes the pass down to Baguette moving into that bubble now, being a threat, and putting it into the bubble. That is 12 meters per second speed. 2 more points for Scuff, putting them 5 points up. I already had to second guess my maths there.
Oh yeah, Blast won round 2, by the way. It's not coming up on the thing, but yeah, thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, of course, in the 3rd round, so the other team must have won. Yeah, but Boop taking that one through to JBL. Aggressive playstyle. You can only usually do this once or twice a game, so yeah, they kind of went from that very conservative playstyle, and that didn't work. So they're pushing it forward for a round. They're seeing kind of what the reaction from Scuffed will be, and the reaction is to get it straight to the bubble and take I'm gonna call that an unsavable shot from Dark, but Oculan is in the goal, so I don't really know.
Yeah, watching that, I was fully expecting Oculan to save that. But yeah, it was just perfectly placed.
He's got massive arms as well. We've seen it, not like burly arms. He's got really long arms.
Okay.
Saw him at LAN, and he's got
his wingspan, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whip. Yeah.
He's yeah.
That's definitely that's definitely a benefit, like in this game, to have like a wide wingspan. You can get away with a lot more. But then saying that, there's some players where they're generally younger and they've got tiny little arms, but they're just so much faster as well with the disc, and they can juke around you.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that they expected that. I mean, Beaver coming through. I think he was baiting that shot actually. I think he was hanging out on the pillar, so I think they did expect that actually. But there comes through. That is a absolutely textbook counter attack from Blast. You can't get a more textbook counter attack than that. Bait the shot for the 3-pointer, get them stunned out in the back, and get that incredibly fast start, and they get a free 3 points essentially from that. Textbook counterplay, beautiful play from Blast.
Yeah, but now we have Scuffed coming out here with the disc, passing 3-4 times already. Chappie holding this back down, staying in mid, not progressing too quickly. But now they have it with Baguette. We pass it over to Chappie, who finds the goal open. Do you think this is the risk? So you talk about Blast being very aggressive with his double stack plays, but
yeah,
the risk is if they can't keep up, they haven't got a man back to cover that goal.
Exactly. Yeah, very, very risky play style. I mean, it's been working up to this point. And I mean, yeah, they're not going to change it. It's Blast have been playing this way for a while, and it works for them. So you know, they're second in the lead, and they're trying to take the. I'm actually going to have a look at the points to see just how many they need. Oh, that one goes through for the ding, as Dark puts that one through. Maybe Scuffed are going to be a little bit more defensive after seeing that shot come through, after it being so close to the goal. Not sure. The first shot might have actually been on target. I'm not too sure. Hard to tell from the angle, but yeah. Boop coming through, trying to get this cross. Takes a very unfortunate bounce on the shield, unfortunately. And that one's going to be cleared away. And it's just a stack race once again. Clear and boost. I can hear the ESL crowd shouting loudly as Joshy T puts that one in for 2 and beats them to the stack race.
Yeah, it looks like Scuffed taking a bit of a lead here. There's 3 minutes left on the clock, and they are 5 points ahead. Can Blast bring this back? What do you think, Swift?
Yes. To put it bluntly, yes. Yeah, they're playing really fast, and yeah, anything's possible, honestly, at this point with these teams. Yeah, and I think actually we've got a really nice kind of comparison on our hands here of 2 teams that do play quite differently. As Dark does take that one in for the 2 points, and yeah, just beautiful play from Blast once again. But again, you know, it's not really one-sided. It's just a back and forth between these teams. So it's kind of yeah. But as I was saying before, it's kind of a nice thing to see, the comparison between these teams. Scuffed are a fairly rigid team in terms of their positioning. They kind of run similar jousts, and you know, Oculan's always at the back, and you have this very rigid kind of play, this rigid move up the field, this rigid kind of triangle that moves up the field between Joshy, Baguette, and Chappie. As you can see, it just moves up the field, and it's really, really powerful. It's really hard to defend against, and eventually, when Oculan is able to get back, they form this diamond shape at in the bubble, and it's kind of hard to deal with. But yeah, on the other hand, you have Blast, and you know, they can do those sort of moves as well, but they move across the field much faster, kind of just because of their double stack playstyle, and they have kind of a less rigid playstyle. You see people kind of all over the place in Blast, makes them more, less predictable, but stuff can also backfire fairly easily. As JBL takes that, recovers that beautifully from that missed pass, and he's able to stun Baguette as well. So yeah, absolutely beautiful work from JBL there in the back line, and they take this one through, and look at how fast this counter-attack is. How do you even deal with this? Well, what you do is you grab the disc out of the hands from the ball, because they weren't expecting your stat to be there that fast, which is exactly what happened for Baguette there. My, oh my, that's Blast. I wonder if that was them wondering if they should take it back for a 3. And what Scuffed had decided to, they're going to decide to take a 3 for themselves. I wonder if Blast were wondering to take a 3, take a chance for a 3 there, or if they were kind of just slow to put it in the goal. Yeah, not sure. You'd have to kind of hear the comms to know what happened there, but I suspect there was a communication problem somewhere.
I say, it's interesting to see when you watch lower level games. There's it's a bit of a ping pong game where they just clear it, collect it, clear it, collect it, going left, right, left, right. And as I say that, Beaver takes a lovely shot there, 3 points from that high up, right into the goal.
That was
Blast find themselves 3 points behind now. With how many seconds are they going to have when the clock comes back in?
10
12
seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's almost perfectly lining up with the clock there, but not a lot of time essentially, especially since they got it all the way through. If that went in, that would have just been kind of rubbing salt in the wound. But either way, that one's going to be the win for Scuff. They're going to take this game 2-1 rounds. Absolutely beautiful game. Very, very close last round. That was Yeah, very surprised Blast weren't able to take it back there, to be honest. They got such a good kind of run, and they just had a very unfortunate turn of events. They weren't able to put it in goal in time inside of the bubble. So, yeah, unfortunate. But yeah.
Yeah, that may have been unfortunate, but if you've enjoyed watching Blast play, you're in for a bit of a treat, aren't you?
Yeah,
We're gonna watch another game of Blast against Quackheads very shortly. I believe we've actually overrun, so that should be starting ASAP.
Yeah. Give us a few minutes and we will be right back.
Yes.
Easy going right there. Look at him. One more to go.
Here's how to get the Spark Mini Companion app for your Quest headset. First, go into your Echo Arena settings and turn API access on, then restart Echo Arena. Also, your phone and Quest do need to be on the same internet connection. For Android, go to the Play Store, search Spark Mini. For iOS, click the first link in the description, click View in App Store, and download Test Flight. Now go back to the page and click Start Testing. It's going to open in Test Flight. Install Spark Mini and open it. OK, next, start testing. Now you want to click this Find Quest IP button, but if it doesn't work, it's not a problem. We just have to manually find the Quest IP. Go into your Quest settings, then Wi-Fi settings, click on the Wi-Fi network you're currently connected to, scroll down, you'll see Advanced Settings, open that up. Scroll down more and you will see IP address. It should start with 192.168. Note this IP, go back into Spark Mini, click Settings in the bottom right, and input the IP address from your Quest. So I'm currently in a private arena in Echo. If you don't see anything here, you need to join a lobby or match. To join Spark Links, go into the Share Match tab, paste your Spark link, and click Join. Once again, you do need to be in a lobby or match to do this.
Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Had some funny lobby business, but we are back once again. If you enjoyed seeing Blast last game, well, here they are again against Quackheads and BRB. While I look at that, where Quackheads are in the ladder, but for now, I'm joined by Money Mitch. How are you feeling about this match?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It'll be good to see. Blaster obviously coming in very warmed up, as we've just seen them play a great game. They didn't quite win it, but they did very well. They really put up a good fight against the top team in EU at the moment. So they're coming in hot. I think they got a little bit of an advantage in that way.
Oh no, man! Like Scuffed is kind of running away with their wins right now. They're currently on 12 wins if we're counting last game. 12 wins, 3 losses. Then again, Blaster also on 9 wins, 2 losses. So I mean, yeah, kind of tough to say. But Scuffed is 13-20, and then Blast 12-80, and then you've got a bunch of teams in 12-60, including Quackheads, who find themselves in 6th. So yeah, before I could even finish the summary, we've got Middleman taking that in for 2. So he's looking to make this game spicy, and spicy it is.
Yeah, very spicy. 10 seconds in, and he scores that 2-pointer. Quackheads are not to be forgotten about. They're playing very well here, but we have Blast coming out with their possession joust. JB tried to get through the tunnel and he can't. Dage is there picking this up, sending it up high. Hopefully one of his teammates can receive it, and they can't because Beaver holds this inversion on the ceiling. Passes it down to Duck, who sees an angle. He puts that in, 70 meters per second speed. That's the 3 points on the board for Blast.
Yeah, very clean, very clean. Good shot from Dark, and excellent pass as well. Just really good decision making. Is nice to see Snowy Blue and Dage on Quackheads. I think Dage has been in Quackheads for quite a while. Now, there comes the stack speed from Blaster. Again, they just maybe weren't expecting it. And we'll see kind of the first round will be that warm-up period of the teams kind of warming up against each other, so we might see some unusual goals. But if you've been watching like Arena for a while, you know this is how it goes.
Yeah, if you're caught on the back foot, this happens. As you're coming out, trying to grab that and trying to QB well. If you have a good front stack on the other team, they'll just come in and crush you. And that kind of thing happens where they steal it, put it in, 3 points for them, and you're feeling pretty demoralized. But despite that, Quackheads are already find themselves in the bubble of Blast, trying to do some damage, but they can't quite get through. Blast would gain possession here with one of their stacks moving forward, ready to receive this clear. Is that a clear going through? No, it's a pass forward to Dark. Dark finding the stack that he has deep that aren't quite getting a hold on it, but they are now. Boop sending it across, trying to connect with the player across the arena. Beaver picks us up on the back line as Boss pressures Beaver in that way, but Beaver gets the pass over to Boop. Boop moving into the bubble now. He says, yes, 3 of his teammates in that bubble ready to receive that. One of them does receive it, but doesn't quite get it in as it clips off the goal. And Quackheads are dribbling forward now and taking a shot. Oh, just underneath the shield there. The angle wasn't quite lined up right. But Dage is here along the floor, passing across, trying to get that to Middleman. He does. Middleman holds this on the wing, passing down the middle there, and this is loose.
Oh,
picked
Boss.
up by Boss.
Almost gets the shot in there, Snowy Blue, but not quite as that one it gets passed through, and they've got to be a little bit careful here. The Quackheads do manage to get back just in time there. As Beaver getting that pass back to JBL, and he's kind of seeing what he can do about it. Boss is kind of behind him on his toes, so see what he can do. Pass back to Beaver, and yeah, they're just looking at their options here as Quackheads kind of try and push them, but they've got to make sure they don't push kind of too deep, because otherwise they'll leave that stack too far back. Boop, though, on the back of the stack might make things a little bit difficult in defense here for Quackheads as the cross comes through and Dark finds himself one-on-one with the goalie. Middleman, but no, he's going to miss. That's his second 2-point miss in the bubble. I don't want to rub it in, but, you know, worth stating as the Boss tries to take it up, and we start kind of see a similar situation to what happened with Blast before. Now they've got to kind of wait for the rest of their players to get up the field, and Snowy floating midair, but Beaver, yeah, you can't really push him. You can't really push him. He knows kind of how that's going to go if he pushes him straight away. As that one comes through, that's a shot.
He
That's
does
going
it.
to be in.
He does best.
Yep.
Boop puts in a Boop shot.
Yep. And honestly, at this point, I kind of assume it isn't him when I do it, because every single time that I see a Boop shot and it comes out of Blast, I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be cool if it came out of Boop? And it never is. But there you go. Boop does a Boop shot, guys. Rare moment.
And we have Quackheads coming out here. Snowy Blue is
No.
beaten to it as Beaver, who is always upside down. Is he just always upside down? As Dark
Probably.
as well. Yeah.
Hex has been noticed, by the way. I'd see you chatting in the corner of my eye. Behave you. As that's a 2-point shot, and there goes Beaver.
Very nice goal there by Beaver. Beaver getting 2 more points on the board. Blast find themselves leading by 9 points here, 11-2. There's 5 minutes left on the clock for this first round against Quackheads. Quackheads come out now. Can they turn this around within the first round? Let's see. Middle tries to get it out there.
Uh-oh.
But Beaver, he knows what he's doing. He picks those up and he puts that in. That's 3 more points for Blast.
He scored so fast, he even made the in-game announcer stumble over his words. That's... We played 2 voice lines at the same time. That's incredible work. Yeah, I think it's a good as time as ever now to mention that you know, Gobshite's still the captain of this team. He doesn't play, or he's not playing at least right now anymore. But yeah, he's a busy man now. He's got LANs to handle. There's a LAN next April. Be there, be square, be European, or pay a lot for your plane tickets. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, right? As the box goes for the clear and takes it through, bounces straight back, interestingly enough. But Boop does manage to take it back. No Boop shot this time. It's going to be a straight pass over to Beaver, who's holding this one along mid. And now Dark coming through with a spin and not a win. Not gonna take that shot. It's not gonna make it through. So clear coming through, not quite gonna make the Quackhead stack missing quite a lot there. So. Gonna take a while to recover and take a while to get in the bubble, but that's a shot that no one was expecting, and definitely not the goalie of Blast, as that one goes in for 2 points.
Yeah, they're not messing around. Quackheads are in this to play this game. They're not going to receive a mercy or anything like that. They're trying to get some points on the board, and they're putting the work in. Let's see how they counter this joust coming out now by Blast. That is Boop holding that, moving it very quickly out to right station. Back to Dark. Dark getting over to the left side. Now we have Boop taking a shot, but that's red on the back line by Snowy Blue. Snowy Blue looking at his triple stack of his teammates setting up. Moving up high. Do they receive this? They don't quite, as they're now stack racing towards this. Boop picking this up on the back line. Boop looking for his options as he has a stack right in front of him. Resets it back to JB. JB gets over to right Popcorn, where we have Beaver on top of the pop. Passing it down to Trench, where it's picked up by... Oh, I really thought that was for the 3, but it's okay. JB's there. A 2 will do. JB puts that in.
That's a difficult read as well. Very good read from JBL. I think it's worth pointing out. When it bounces down under that shield, where that little ramp is, under the goal, it's very, very hard to read where it's going to go. Whether it's going to come in front or behind the shield, and it came out just in front of the shield, and great read by JBL. Gives them 2 points. So, yeah, it's going to be very difficult for this comeback to happen, but you know, we've seen crazier things in this game. I'm not going to lie. As Dark comes through, but Beaver's going to make that a little bit harder. He's going to put that one in for the 3. And I do notice that without that kind of master tier barrier, you kind of do look at matches a different way, because previously you'd see kind of this matchup and you'll go, oh well, it's the number 2 team versus number 7 or something it would be in master tier. So it's like yeah, you see that as quite a big gap, when realistically the skill gap in the very top of this game is it's shrinking down to almost nothing at this point. So yeah, you kind of look at matches differently and expect more to happen, I suppose. And there is more to come, I'm sure, as, yeah, I think Quackheads are more or less, they're kind of just thinking about what they're going to do in the second round at this point. There's a minute and a half left. Realistically, they're not going to bring these, I don't like saying these things, because they're kind of final and depressing, but they can't really bring this back, realistically. But yeah, they're just thinking about the second round and playing to the best of their ability. And they're using the rest of this round to kind of see what they can do. And yeah, that's exactly what they should be doing. And yeah, it might involve them conceding more points in this first round, but it's worth it to get that knowledge for the second and third round, should it come to that. So now Blast are going to walk it through. Dark taking that 3-point shot, and we'll listen to that anthem for a little bit.
And that's the end of round 1. That's a mercy? Yeah, it's a mercy. Bye, Blast.
X, your driving your motorcycle for 8 hours to get to LAN. How is that even a thing? Is that legal? Are you allowed to do that? I mean, yes, but should you do that? I think is a real question.
By the way, anyone that is in EU, even if you're in America as well, if you haven't got a ticket for Duckman Land, you are silly. You're a silly sausage.
Yeah,
You need
you're
to
silly.
get one right now. And be there. Be there or be square. It's going to be amazing.
Buy it. Get it bought.
So Swift, earlier you were saying, well, not that much earlier, like a minute ago, you were saying when it's looking a bit dire, like you've lost the first round, there's like a minute left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
What would you be thinking about? What would you be trying? What would you use that? Because you've got a minute or two
Yeah.
to play with, right?
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing to gain. So what would you do?
Well, if I dust out the cobwebs in my brain, I could tell you my thoughts a year ago, which were something along the lines of when you're kind of in that last minute of the round and things are kind of looking bleak, it's way better to just look into the next round rather than trying to bring it back. Especially when you're at the point like 20 points down, which is a mercy win, but like 15 points down. You know, you're kind of at the point where, you know, it's better to kind of think about the second and third round. You're more likely to get something out of that. Just try stuff out, concede more points, because that's what's going to happen. Because if you're playing wacky stuff to kind of test it out, you know, you're not going to be as polished, and you're probably going to concede more as that 2-point shot comes through for Blast. So, you know, this might be the start of something great for Quackheads in the second round. So yeah, just trying stuff out for the last half of the round is a very good option, and I'm sure that's what Quackheads were doing, because they started playing a little bit differently, and they yeah, you know, they conceded more goals, but overall they were just trying stuff. So, you know, what can you really expect to happen? As this round, you know, we improve. That's how this works. You do badly in the first round, we improve, we move forward.
And they're definitely doing better. And
Yeah.
that felt more like Quackheads just then, as the boss had more of a chance. But now Beaver puts that in, and he levels out the game 2-2.
Yeah, I think Middleman just not expecting the shot that early there. Expecting maybe him to take it into the bubble a little bit more than that. But you know, Beaver has his ways. That is one of the ways, and yeah, I'd say definitely Beaver knows how to catch goalies off guard. That's definitely what I've noticed about him as a striker. Very good at catching goalies off guard, kind of shooting when they're not expecting him to shoot. We saw that even in the last game against Scuffed as well. Caught a couple of goals. We got a 3-pointer on Oculan as well, just kind of shooting when he wasn't expecting him to. See a little bit more of a controlled play here, but Snowy Blue not quite looking for that one, as I think he just came out of the stun, so was a little bit dazed. But Boop coming through with the 3-point shot, but a beautiful save from Snowy Blue, so he's redeeming that one with a save, and now the pass comes through from the boss, and he's kind of on a duel here against JBL. JBL is going to be able to take out one of them, but the boss is going to fend for himself here. The stat comes through for Boop. Boss is able to stun Boop right as he gets onto the disc. This could be a goal for the boss, and it certainly is. Beautiful play. Kind of a solo play there from the boss.
Fend for himself, he did. He did that very well. He had 2 goalies there to deal with, and he found his way around them. This is the kind of Quackheads I was expecting to see. They are delivering now. They just had to wait for the second round to do it.
Yeah, beautiful play from the boss, and we'll probably see more of that in the future. That double stack got that single stack, sorry, got stunned out in the midline, so that's gonna slow this game down considerably. Although Quackhead still did get that's a very unfortunate ding, the roll off from the bottom of the arena, and yeah, not quite gonna make its way into the goal, but you know, Blast move forward from that. So yeah, kind of what we saw there was that Quackhead stat got stunned in the middle, and then it kind of just considerably slowed down the game, and then they couldn't find a pass because, of course, the stat was stunned out. And here comes Dark. Oh, almost a read there from Dejan Snowy Blue on the back stack, but it will be a 3-pointer from Blast.
That must be frustrating for Quackheads there. They were back in time, but I guess the hands just weren't ready to catch it, as that did go in anyway.
Yeah. Really tough to position yourself properly there. I always find that even if you use your break mid-air, it's kind of very difficult to read where you're actually going to go as a 3-point shot comes through. And yeah, just going to be able to, again, it doesn't really matter if you don't land those. Like, at the worst, even if you lose possession, you're still making the other team more kind of conscious about their goal being open, which, I mean, I guess it can be a bad thing because Blast, their biggest weakness that we saw in the last game against Scuffed was that they got too complacent, and reminding them about that maybe isn't the best idea, but at the same time, you know, if they're able to keep Blast kind of back and, you know, on the back foot, then it does give Quackheads a little bit more time, and we have seen that they do perform better when they have that little bit of extra time. But unfortunately, they're playing against Blast, so they don't have much of that at the moment as Boot comes through. The pass to Dark, and Middleman gets rid of that promptly in the bubble. Beautiful save as it comes through for another opportunity for Blast as they cross it through. Boop looking for another pass to Beaver, and probably another cross behind the goal. No, Beaver in front to Dark on the shield, and a beautiful layup on to the 2-point shot there.
Yeah, there was some really good patience there from Blast. They were waiting for the right opportunity. They're not trying to force it in now. Even though they were technically down at that point before that goal went in, they're still waiting for the smart shot to take, and they took it. And now they're leading by 1 point here. As Quackheads come out with their just advantage, Middleman getting a pass over to left tunnel. It's intercepted. It's red. Boop sends it up to Beaver, and Beaver JBL assisted that. Beaver scores that from the ceiling. And Beaver is inverted for this entire game, right? I don't know why I'm obsessing over it. I think because I just haven't really seen it. I haven't seen a player or even two players of a team commit to inverted play.
I think Beaver and Dark is one of those upside down stacks, and they both stay down. They both stay upside down consistently. It does throw the other team off, and you know you can do completely different jukes when you're upside down. Of course, from just like the small bit of up and down movement you can do, but that's an answer back. And again, what did we say before about Blast leaving their goal open for too long? You know, that was a considerable amount of time. I'm not really saying Quackheads were slow. I'm just saying that compared to last game against Scuffed, that was a considerable amount of time that you know, Quackheads took to move it forward, because they kind of assumed Blast would be back by then, but they weren't, and they just put it in for a 3. So they do have to really think about what they're doing with these stacks, and I mean that's certainly helping them out, making Blast more careful and more conscious of decisions, and they're just slowing them down, which is exactly what they need to be doing. And very good play is Beaver jukes one, but he's not quite able to get that shot on target as the post fends it off for Middleman. And now Quackheads have possession. They do try and clear it straight down the middle, although I expect that's not really going to have a... I was going to say that's not going to be favourable, but they do manage to maintain possession, but doesn't matter because Boop is able to get his hands back on the disc. A beautiful shot from Dark, makes its way into the bottom pocket, and yeah, just beautiful mail slot from Dark, upside down no less. So trying to think, yeah, that is a pretty difficult shot upside down from there, and of course it does change the angles as well vertically when you're trying to make shots. Yeah, it usually makes it a little bit harder because you kind of got that more underhand action.
But some people prefer that. Some people prefer shooting underhand. I know it's rare, but as a player, Starkey17, he has an incredible accuracy on his underhand shot. That's his preferred one. And I used to play with him, and he would be on opposite popcorn, and he'd be able to hit a 3-pointer from there underarm. And I found that so unique because it's so rare that people are so proficient throwing underarm like that.
Oh, that could have been on target, I think, for the goal there. But no, it's going to be Middleman with the clear, and they're already stacked down. And in fact, I say stacked down, but they do play this a little bit more strategically here at Quackheads. We do see them, they stack at the beginning, but then they kind of split half so that Snowy has someone to pass to in the case that Blast stack does get it back in time, which is most of the time, as Boop, suspect, going to try and just get rid of that, but not quite able to find a teammate, as Snowy Blue kind of forced to slap that out for Dej. But now, another stack race comes through. The boss is going to be the first one to that. He's got quite a bit of time as he passes this one through to Dej, and now looking for that cross in. In fact, it doesn't matter. He's going to cut straight into the center of the bubble, and a good bait there from the offense. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but kind of coming off of that shield, the player on the shield coming out, forcing a defender to cover him, and then Dej walks it up. So beautiful play.
Yeah, that was great to see. I can't help it. I'm sure everyone has this as well, but I naturally root for the underdog, and right now Quackheads are the underdog, and
Yeah.
I'm happy when they have moments like that because that was some finesse as they put that in there. Dage taking a great shot. But anyway, here we are with Beaver. Beaver passing across to JBL, who gets it up to Dark. Dark moving into the bubble here, passing it up, goes pass over to Eat Beaver. Beaver holds this, sends it back to Boop. Boop is on Cloud, taking his time. Sends it up to Beaver, back to him. And Beaver takes a shot, maybe should have passed. It was a good effort. Maybe trying to, as you said before, get past the goalie by shooting when they least expect it.
Okay, here we go.
Which is a
Here we go
completely valid
again. Here we go again. Blue team with another amazing goalie. And I mean, yeah, Middleman's been one of those people for ages now. Quackheads has been, that's a nice inside shot from Dark. Bring this one up, and 30 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be tough for Quackheads now. Yeah, 4 points left. It's not doable, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately, but yeah, that is going to be Blast taking it in 2 rounds. But yeah, Dark intercepting that. Going to put that one in for the 3. Was that a dab? Oh yeah, I'm watching the replay.
He puts it in.
It
He
was.
cements that win.
It looked
And
like
that's
a
the
dab.
end of the
I was gonna
second
say.
round.
Yeah, beautiful play from Blast and redeeming that first loss a little bit. MMR wise, and I'm sure they're not struggling really for that at the moment. But yeah, Blast has got their eyes set on beating Scuffed the next time. Of course, they come across them. Yeah, beautiful couple of games, and I'm glad to be back. It's nice to be back,
It's good to have you back as well, Swift. We've missed you.
and it's good to have you in as well. Absolutely amazing caster joining us. Money Mitch, everyone. Can we get some claps in the chat, please? Rounds of applause in the chat, please, for the first VRML cast of Money Mitch.
First
And,
ever VRML cast. First ever, first of many. Let's do
This
100
is-
VRML casts.
This works much better at LAN, where you don't just have a parade of silence after you ask people to clap.
Before the applause. Applause pending.
Yeah. Either way, thank you everybody so much for watching the stream. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate you all. And yeah, of course, thank you very much, Money Mitch. And Wonder Team Man, of course, on the cams. The all reliable. I don't want to say all because it's not really true, but you know, the reliable. But with that said, thank you everybody so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
And we're underway.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.